Good morning students, myself JATIN from Ashapura English School. Welcome to all of you. Today we are learning in lesson number 14 statistic. Today's our main discussing point to find the mean x bar by using the assume mean method. Yesterday we learned the first method to find the mean x bar is a direct method. If we want to find the mean by direct method, we can use the formula x bar is equal to sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi or n, where fi is called the frequency of ith class, xi is called the class mark of ith class, and n or sigma fi is known as the total number of frequencies. Now today we discuss the second method, alternative method, to find the mean x bar by using the assume mean method. First of all, we learn a formula of mean x bar is equal to a plus sigma fi di by sigma fi. Here a is called the assume mean. A is called the assume mean, which can be any non-zero value. Second, di. Here di is called the sigma xi minus a, or di is called xi minus a, where a is the assume mean and xi means the value of class mark of ith class. So difference between the class mark and assume mean is called the di. Fi is called the frequency of related class or frequency of ith class, and sigma fi or n is called the total frequency of all classes. So now let's start. Our question is find the mean x bar by using the assume mean method. First of all, let's see the table. First column is the class 10 to 20, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, 85 to 100. Here we have 6 classes. Now, second column show the frequency with related classes. 10 to 25 frequency is 2, 25 to 40 frequency is 3, 40 to 55 7, 55 to 76, 70 to 85 6, and 85 to 100 is 6 also. Now first of all we perform to find the class mark xi. Yesterday we explained how to class mark obtain. Once again we repeat the formula to find out the class mark. Class mark is equal to, or class mark is also called a midpoint of the class interval. So class mark is equal to lower boundary plus upper boundary divided by 2. For example, first class interval 10 to 25, here 10 is called a lower value or lower boundary and 25 is called the upper boundary. So 10 plus 25 divided by 2 and get 35 by 2. Half of the 35 is equal to 17.5. 17.5. So our first class mark is 17.5. Last day we also discussed if we don't process a longer way, we can also find class mark easily way to first one find out the class interval or width of the class interval, and then added each class mark we get consequently a class mark. So here we try to find out the class mark without long calculation. So first one, look here, 10 to 25 is the first class, and the width of the class interval or the length of the class interval is upper boundary minus lower boundary, means 25 minus 10 is equal to 15. That means here the width of the class is 15. So 15 added in the previous one result, and then find the another class mark. So 17.5 plus 15, the width of the interval, we get 32.5. 32.5 is the class mark of the second one. Now again 32.5 plus 15 integer, and we get the third class mark related with the third class is 47.5. Next class, for the next class 55 to 70, 47 plus 5 plus 15 integer and get 62.5. Next class mark is again plus 15 to 62.5 now and get 77.5. For the last class interval 85 to 100, to get 77.5 plus 15, 92.5. So class mark now consequently is 17.5, 32.5, 47.5, 62.5, 77.5 and 92.5. One more performing the sum of the frequencies from column number 2. Look here, frequencies 2 plus 3, 5 plus 7, 12 plus 6, 18 plus 6, 24 plus 6, 30. That means n or sigma fi is equal to 30. Now going to performing a column number, fill the column number 4. Here di is equal to xi minus a, and we know that very well. A is called the assumed mean, which can be any non-zero value. So we suppose the value of a means assumed mean from the column number 3 class mark, any value which can be any non-zero value we consider. So here we suppose the assumed mean a is equal to 47.5. Our assumed mean is 47.5. Now first di, how to find? Di is equal to xi minus a. Here xi is equal to 17.5 and a is equal to 47.5. Let's see here, di is equal to xi minus a is equal to 17.5 minus 47.5 and we get minus 30. Next one, 32.5, our x2 value, and a is equal to 47.5. And we get minus 50. Next one, our xi is equal to 47.5 and also assuming is the same, that means 47.5 minus 47.5 is equal to 0. Next one is 62.5 minus 47.5 and get 50. Next one, 77.5 minus 47.5. We get 30. And from last, 92.5 minus 47.5. Is equal to 45. Look here, column number 4 is complete. Di is equal to xi minus a, where a is equal to 47.5, and we get consequently minus 30, minus 15, 0, 15, 30 and 45. Here the sum of di is not required. Now let's go column number 5 and last column, and we find the product of fi and di. Fi means the frequency and di means the variation between xi minus a. So let's see now. First product fi di, that means 2 multiplied by minus 30. 2 multiplied by minus 30. So we get plus minus minus, 2 30s are 60. Second, 3 multiplied minus 15. Again plus minus minus, and 15 3s are 45. Third, 7 multiplied 0 and get 0. Next one, 6 multiplied 15. 15 6 are 90. Now 6 multiplied 30 30 and get 13 6 are 180. And last one, 45 multiplied by 6. 45 multiplied by 6 and we get 270. So our fifth and last column is also filled with details. Consequently, minus 60, minus 45, 0, 90, 80 and 270. Now time to find out the sum of the FIDI. Here first two numbers are negative and last three are positive. So first of all we find the sum of the negative integers, minus 60 plus minus 45, we get minus 105. Okay. Now the sum of the positive integers, 270 plus 180 plus 90, and we get 540. Do you know? 540 is the sum of the positive integer minus 105 the sum of the negative integers. Difference between them, we get 435. We get 435. That means our sigma FIDI is 435. So our tabulation work is over now. We find all required terms. Sigma Fi or n is equal to 30. Assume mean A is equal to 47.5 and sigma FIDI is equal to 435. Now final calculation. To find the mean. Formula is x bar is equal to A plus sigma FIDI upon sigma Fi or n. Now substitute the value. A is equal to 47.5 plus FIDI is equal to 435 and number of frequency means total frequency is 3030. First of all, the second term 435 divided by 30, simplify in this way. 435 divided by 30, 31s are 30, 13 is remaining and 5 carry. So 34s are 120. Now remainder is 15 plus the point and carry 0 after 15. And 35s are 150. So remainder is 0. Our division is over. So 435 divided by 30, we get 14.5. Now put the value from the next step. Therefore we get 47.5 plus 14.5. Now addition both the integers. Addition of the integers. So 47.5 plus 14.5, 5 plus 5, 0, that's the point, and takes carry 1. Now 1 plus 7, 8 plus 4, 12, and 2 carry and 1 carry, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 1, 6. So our answer is 62.0 or 62. That means x bar is equal to 62. 2. I hope so. Dear students, you understand very well the second method by using the assume means method and find the mean. Once again, I repeat some important points. First one, to find the mean by using the assume mean method, our formula is x bar is equal to A plus sigma fi di upon sigma fi. Here A is called the assume mean, which is selected from the class mark column. But remember one thing, here assume mean which can be any non-zero value. Second one, then find out the di. Di means the difference between the class mark and assume means with related classes. And then find fi di means the product of the frequency and di. Di is called the variation. And finally, simplify the column of fi di. The sum of the fi di get the value of the terms sigma fi di, and sigma fi is called the sum of the second column, means the sum of the frequency. Then substitute the value in the proper way, we get a result by using the assume mean method. Please try some more sums to your practice, and if you want to answer any question, please contact us and find your solution. Okay, thank you and bye.